Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the rascals cut a deal with a coven and pursue a big boy. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, a band of misfits has joined in an effort to break the power of the big boys over the Holler, including preacher Piety Jackson, gouger Karl son of Karl, mountain magician Buck Grayson, bootleg distiller Booker Noe, and itinerant crooner Old Blue. The rascals are tracking a mysterious malaise affecting the town of Gilmer, and have traced it to the witches of Weird taking revenge for the loss of their boogeyman tree. What will it take for the dangerous coven to relent? Recap. You've heard about trouble in Gilmer. Royster Whittaker, one of the big boys and a logging operator, has been sending his people into demon-infested ground, and they seem to be coming back with some sort of chronic fatigue syndrome. You've traced this to the town of Weird, which is apparently full of retired granny women, and you've also discovered that Royster wants to kill them off. He sent a couple people to attack them, but they were freaked out by the 12 ancient naked crones dancing around the green flame bonfire and opted to go for reinforcements.
Green flame.
So, nice shout out there. So, you guys are hiding in the shrubbery here.
Neat.
And you're not quite sure what to do at this point.
How old do these women look?
I'm going to say they look like they're in their 70s and 80s.
How old am I? I can't remember. Let's see.
You're probably in the comparable age.
All right. I'm going to break out my fiddle and walk over them and try and woo them. Of course. Oh, look at that. They look just my type. And I give my fingers a little lick, and I kind of move my eyebrows off to the side with my licked fingers. So I break out the my fiddle and I start playing.
Okay, so as you approach, they look over at you and they hiss at you. Return to the forest.
Now, ladies, I just want to get to know you all.
I said return, lest we transform you into a bear.
Well, I'm already a bear, ma'am. See if you can cage me up.
All right.
Want to roll anything to...
Give me a spirit roll, please.
Scott, can I wink and also support in some fucked up way?
Okay, so you're moving up as well.
Oops.
Yeah, can I walk next to him and give him a cheeky wink, sort of nodding in agreement? Get more, buddy.
Yeah, do persuasion as a support roll there.
Oh my god, yes.
And then
What do you want, a spirit roll?
First a persuasion roll from you, and then a spirit roll.
Okay, all right.
But do the persuasion roll from Buck first.
Okay.
Oh my god. It's insane.
That's not going to help at all.
Benny, quick.
I think he's only got one.
First one of the night. Yeah, I will. First Benny of the night. Let's fuck around and find out.
Still entirely ineffective.
No.
All right.
Just
all right, hold on, here we go.
Okay. Old Blue. That's pretty good. Now I'd like you to make the spirit roll. Okay, you feel your flesh writhe for a minute, and you're in excruciating pain for a few seconds, and then you kind of recover, And the crone nearest you points at Buck and says, "That one is nearly a woman. He can stay."
I start waving my hands as if I'm about to like cast a spell or do some like wacky folk magic. And like, yeah, just sort of like that hippie wacky dance with my arms in the air and just sort of like smiling at them.
"Tell your friend to wait in the shrubbery. Perhaps we'll see him later."
Well, I kind of go ahead and I guess I'm just gonna slink away. my head between my arms.
None of your comrades were interested in doing this. So you're kind of standing here. One of the witches breaks away and comes over to talk to you. She says, "I am Maeve, head of this coven. Because of your friend's charm and your knowledge of folk magic, I will explain what we do here."
Yes, please. I would love to be informed of your practices.
From the bushes, I go, "Can I know too?"
"Quiet, man.
Oh.
We are working to raise a beacon. Give me a folklore roll, please."
I don't have any of that.
But Buck does.
Let's see. Take a look-see. Oh,
Okay,
not bad.
you've heard of a beacon. It's a large bear-like monster that you know of as an ursine horror as well.
Okay, giant scary bear. Okay. Or werebear. Or bear on steroids. Bearoids.
Yes. The people...
The cocaine bear,
Yeah.
if you may.
Cocaine bearoid. There we go.
There we
Cocaine
go.
bearoids. That's a meme.
The people of Gilmore have caused great harm to the forests. We are using the beacon to lead them into the otherness. We will save the forest and release the villagers from their grief-stricken lives and days of backbreaking labor by transforming them into bears.
But
You mean like bears at night and then humans in the day?
No, I mean bears.
so
Oh, okay.
no like 3 beds and like bowls of porridge.
Hardly.
I see.
It is all the fault of Royster Whittaker.
Well, we too find problems with Whittaker. Believe me. Believe you me.
He has stolen the former head of our coven, Imogene. She is his constant companion now. I know not how he did this, but we want her back.
All right.
They chopped down the boogeyman tree.
The boogeyman tree?
Yes, which you know was actually chopped down by that really obnoxious kid, Percy Ray.
Oh, yeah. Should I fill her up on should I fill her in on that?
Yes.
Are you asking us, or
Yeah,
are you
I'm asking the rest of the party. Should I fill her up? Fill her in on that. Jeez.
I'll fill her up.
How much do we hate that kid?
Fair point. All right, so
No, don't get me wrong. Hey, let's let him swing.
right. Where was I going?
I don't know. Do we have anything against that kid?
Other than he's really obnoxious.
He's annoying, but he's young and dumb.
He talks a lot. Let's feed him to the witches.
Well, why don't we just help? Why don't we just help them get their queen back or whatever?
Agreed. And guys, if we get your queen back, will you leave that village and those villagers alone? Because we're trying to find a way that we can resolve this without violence or confrontation.
We would consider it if you can retrieve Imogene.
Just because I'm further away from the others, I gather the other our group and go, what about if we offer him the guy that stole him too? What's his face? I'm terrible with names.
We will also, but you must also aid us in acquiring a new boogeyman tree.
This isn't something that we can just plant and love and grow.
No, we need a grown one, and there's one several miles to the north of here. But We are warded from entering the forest by the Piney King. He claims the boogeyman tree with his hordes of piney minions.
Is there a way that we can make ourselves pineable and palatable so that we can get through, or would we need to?
They are not warded against you, but you must destroy the Piney King or perform a ritual, which I will describe to you, in order to break the ward, so that we can lay claim to the tree. If you do this and fetch us Imogene, then we will abandon our plans to turn the villagers into bears.
All right, here's a question, though. Are the rest of the trees, aren't getting harmed in this, right?
There will be no harm to the trees, only the Piney King and his pinies.
I see. So it's just the piney folks. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you can make another folklore roll if you know what the heck she's talking about here.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, because I was kind of like, I think I might know about this, but I want to be sure.
Not with that roll.
Nope.
Can I make a notice roll to see if any of the other women are looking at me in a particular way?
Seems like they all are. Okay. Once you get back to Piety's got a clue about what's going on here.
Oh, that was fire.
She says, yes, bring us Imogene and break the ward, and we will cease our plan to destroy Gillimer by turning the citizens into bears and leading them into the otherness.
Thank you. We would prefer a non-Earth sign chaos-inducing situation.
This is the ritual, and she describes a ritual that must be performed at the boogeyman tree after sundown. When the ritual is complete, the witches will be summoned directly to the tree. Of course, the Pineys will be active at night, so you must be cautious.
What's a piney?
Yeah.
You're going to ask her?
Yeah, what's a piney? What can you tell us about them? I think I...
Have you not encountered them before?
No.
They are evil little tree men. They make burial mounds of pine needles, turn people into pineys, and of course worship the Piney King.
So if we're going to kill this Piney King fella, what would probably be the best way to do or go about doing that?
He is powerful indeed. He can control your mind, cast you into sleep, convert you into a piney.
Does he have some type of weakness? Anything
Can you
that...
kill him with fire?
Well, we don't want to burn down the forest.
No, I know, but...
If you claim his boogeyman tree, he will lose his powers. He will still, of course, be an enormous 30-foot tall monster, but at least he won't be able to claim your mind.
So how long does it take to do this claiming or
this ritual
thing?
If you will.
Ritual.
The ritual is challenging.
Well, you ain't giving me much to go on now, are you?
Waving hands, reading things, burning things, tossing things, arranging things, saying things.
Yes. It will not require much time, but the ritual is difficult. It requires a mastery of the occult.
Ah,
Do we have anybody here past the occult yet?
kind of like... Oh, I was not expecting that.
Yes, well, between you and Piety, you probably have the occult chops to pull it off. Assuming Piety's down with conducting this horrifying dark magical ritual.
It's for the greater good. We're preventing a village from getting destroyed.
It will. The ritual can be completed in less than a minute, but it is difficult.
Well, that's good. I mean, if it's less than a minute, I'm sure you could last that long, can't you?
If
Yeah, but other
if
people are
you
gonna-
fail to conduct it well, then your only option is to destroy the Piney King.
Well, looks like we got some work ahead of us, boys.
That's right.
Yes, bring us Imogene and destroy the ward, and we shall be at peace with Gilmer.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
All right, so what are you going to do first?
Before I leave, I'm going to try and just, again, look to see if, flirt with all of them again to see if I get a reaction out of any of them.
Oh, you get a react. They've stopped their ritual for the time being. You get a reaction out of all of them, and about four of them drag you into a cabin.
Hey, all right.
Nicely done.
You will wait here, say the other witches say to you. So a couple of hours later, Old Blue staggers out with a level of fatigue.
Ladies, please. I'm not a machine.
So
It looks like you had a lovely evening for yourself.
Ooh, I tell you what. Ooh, witches. Ooh.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
all right. So if you want to investigate Royster, your best bet is probably to go back to Gilmore and see what you can find out about him. He'd head north to the tree to try to get the witches their boogeyman tree.
Well, my vote is to try and get their leader, I guess, freed. Maybe she might have some more information or another way to help us in trying to get their tree.
So in that case, you're going to need to go back to Gilmer and see what you can find out about where to find Royster and Imogene.
I mean, that's up to the rest of the party if y'all are good with that.
I feel that there's a tremendous potential for me to ply my trade in that plan.
Possibly in either plan. Have you ever punched a tree?
Oh, good question.
Where's Mr. Miyagi when you need him?
Exactly.
Can you break a beam like that? Don't know. Never been attacked by a tree.
Never
To catch you up, you've made an agreement with the witches. The witches were going to turn all the villagers of Gilmer into bears in retaliation for chopping down the trees and send them into something called the Otherness. But they cut a deal thanks to sexy Old Blue, where you need to rescue their head witch who has been kidnapped by Royster Whittaker, the local big boy, and also conduct a ritual to get them a new boogeyman tree since that kid, Percy Ray Buck, chopped down their boogeyman tree and deprived them of much of their power.
I made love with multiple witches.
As a result, you are fatigued.
Wow. Good on you, man.
Put you in stitches.
Yes.
That's right, they did.
You have a level of fatigue from bumps and bruises, yes.
Ooh.
Oh,
These old
okay.
bones, I'm telling you. Ooh, but that was fun.
Leather.
Knees and elbows. There you go.
All right. So the party is attempting to decide, do we go after the head witch first, which would mean going back to Gilmer and making inquiries about where Royster could be found. So it means you're taking on a big boy. That's a little scary. Or do you go after the boogeyman tree and face off with the 30-foot tall Piney King, which is also a little bit scary?
Piney
My
King
vote-
is scarier.
Yeah, my vote was to go back to town to see if we could save the witch. Only because it might benefit us in the long run to get the head witch on our side.
Yeah, you will have to do both eventually because that was the deal, but you can certainly choose which one to do first.
Doing the witches first seems to make sense to me.
And most likely you're going to need to help out with the occult ritual in order to get the witches their boogeyman tree.
Got it.
All right, so you return to Gilmer, and it doesn't take much asking around to discover that Royster Whittaker is a pretty unusual big boy. He seems to like being in the Holler. So he is regularly present in town managing the logging operations. And apparently managed to kidnap Imogene and is holed up with her in one of his vacation cabins, not too far from the site of the boogeyman tree that was chopped down.
All right, so we found him, but we got to find the witch.
Well, you know where to find him, and from what you've heard from the witches and in town, he's keeping this witch close. He seems to be kind of obsessed with her.
Okay.
And this is
I guess we should
against
go.
her will?
We don't know.
I think that remains to be seen.
The head witch you talked to, that her number 2, certainly seemed to think that.
Let's go rescue the fair maiden.
Oh, I can tell you, they definitely ain't no fair maidens.
Yeah, fairly old.
Well, I was going to say, you're
Please.
making an assumption there.
Please stop.
That's what they were saying, but it was more like, yeah.
I
Please
like blood and
stop.
guts, and you're making me a little ill.
I was hearing a lot of that word earlier. Stop. No, don't.
Yeah, coming out of your mouth.
That is both disturbing and problematic.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I said that the wrong way. I meant, no, don't stop.
All right, so you head out to the cabin. And out front of the cabin, you see a couple of guards who are kind of hanging out. They've got a lantern in between them. They seem pretty lackadaisical.
I'm only seeing a black screen.
Yes, because I haven't actually put you in there. I have not put you in
Ah.
there yet. That's why.
Gotcha.
I attack the darkness.
Got it.
Always.
I'm jumping the gun here. Okay, all right, gotcha. All right.
All right, so let's drop you guys in.
I think he was planning that we were going to just fight all the witches, and I kind of threw that out the window.
No, this was one of the possible outcomes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to kind of
Always
put
make room for
you
love.
a distance away. The guards don't seem to be paying a whole lot of attention, so you've been able to get pretty close to the cabin without their noticing. And after a bit, they pick up the lantern and they walk over, and it seems like they take a couple of seats by the door. And then they chat for a bit, and then they come back over to
Okay,
the lantern again. So they're kind of moving around. Let me.
I still see blackness.
How about now?
Ah, there it is.
Hello.
There we go.
Ding ding.
Okay, so you got a couple kind of lackadaisical looking guards there near the cabin. They seem bored.
Well, I can
see
fix
Can I
that.
sneak up on them?
Bored is good.
Yeah.
There's an excellent chance you could sneak up on them, yes.
Is it worth checking to see if there's any other guards around the cabin?
You could probably get here to the well without too much trouble.
Yeah.
You can take a wide
want a
walk
stealth
around
roll on
the. You
that, or
can take
just
a
make that
wide
on
roll
that?
around the cab. You take a wide walk around the cabin, and this is it. There's only the 2 guards. Yes, that would be a stealth roll if you want to try to sneak up and hide behind the well there.
Okay. The stealth.
Yes.
All right. I am gonna go to the well. So here comes them.
Yeah.
Give it a stealth. There you go.
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right.
Okay.
Why are you at -3?
Don't know.
Trying to figure out why you're at -2 on stealth.
Hoopty hats and galoshes.
Yeah, no particular reason you should be. That's weird. Figure that out later.
Attribute issue?
Could be. Oh, because you're encumbered. So you'd have to leave some of your gear behind.
Okay, yeah. I sort of like leave my heaviest pile and I take like my shovel and anything I need for magic.
Okay, so leave your sling. What about peasant pumper or deer rifle?
I'll keep the peasant pumper and drop the deer rifle.
All right, so you are still encumbered because of the coat.
Yeah, I'll drop the coat. The coat's kind of clunky. There. Does that help?
Let me see. Oh, I see. It's whether it's carried or not. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay, so not bring the shock stick because you are not bringing the peasant pumper. Not bringing the sling. Okay, you're good now. So that would be a good stealth roll.
Okay.
Piety. What about you? What gear are you going to leave behind here? You've got multiple peasant pumpers, Widowmaker, shock stick,
Right.
the Kramer Holt, and the bulletproof vest. You probably, if you just leave one of the peasant pumpers behind, though, you're pretty strong. Yeah, that's good enough.
Wow. Good call.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get the stealth roll from Old Blue.
Old Blue.
All right, that fatigue is going to cause you a problem. Do you want to Benny that?
Yes. Ah, I did it wrong, but that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, just give me another stealth roll.
Whoa.
Better.
Hey.
Better by one.
Booker is hanging back. He's going to see if you guys need support. So the guards haven't noticed you. You're hiding behind the well. So you're pretty close to them at this point. You could easily charge them if you wanted.
Are there
Can
windows
I
on the
hit
cabin?
them with confusion before we do that?
There is a window on the cabin right here. You absolutely could hit them with confusion as an opening move. And in fact,
Oh, wacky.
if you do that, Booker's likely to lob a blind one at them too.
Okay. I will do that so that even if they do see us or hear us, they won't be able to make heads or tails of it, and they won't be able to zero in on us.
Question. Would giving anyone
Right.
a boost lower trait right now be helpful?
Certainly possible.
Okay. Once things get started, I'm going to buff you up.
Okay, so
Okay.
you kind of go 1, 2, 3. Booker lobs a flask into the middle of them, and Piety, you want to go ahead and do your confusion?
Excellent, cat.
Yeah, that I thought mine.
Oh, yours went off. Yeah.
Mine went off. Yeah.
All right. So they are confused and they are blind.
Nice.
Bow, bow, bow.
Our teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay. So Booker, we're going to do a little active effect thing here, and they're going to be blind. And then Piety, Same targeted guys. Active effect builder. And they are confused.
So, so at this point, do we still kind of have the drop on? Can I move over? And what I want to do is stick my shock stick into his back and go, drop your weapons and just walk away. This ain't worth dying
you
over.
do not have the drop on them because the flask exploding in the middle of them kind of clued them in there was something going on.
But they're confused, so they can't.
But they're confused and blind, right?
Yes, they are.
So I can at least saunter over and do that still? Or do I have to wait until you give out cards?
Oop, that's not the right thing. Yeah, at this point, we're in initiative. So let's see. Okay. So when these guys are all in initiative, depending on how loud you are, the folks in the cabin may or may not see what's going on here. And this guy is in initiative. And he is going to be a group leader. Add selected tokens as followers. Okay, there's the guys. Let's see what happens with initiative. Karl, you're up first.
Ooh. Nice.
So,
Followed by the guards. Does anyone want to spend a penny for a better card?
Yes, please.
All right, spend a penny, and I will give you a new card.
Yep.
Actually, my timing works well.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
better.
I'm gonna get some Karl's top of the
Nice.
line. Sweet.
Okay, so Karl, you're first. They're blind and confused.
can I close? Come on. Close the distance here and pop this guy in the face?
You absolutely can.
Let's do that.
So if you're popping him in the head, you can do that with no penalty, and that gives you +4 damage.
Okay, so quick question, because I think I got confused about this. If I use the brass knuckles, does that still count as unarmed?
Yes. But you don't get the martial artist bonus for that.
Oh, but I don't get the martial. Well, let's go. We'll go back with unarmed. Unarmed. Whatcha?
Hey, pugilism is a martial art.
Did that actually roll?
Not so far. There we go. Oh, yeah, he's badly hit. That's raised damage. Raised damage +4 because you popped him in the head.
Nice work, Karl.
Are you going lethal or non-lethal?
Today I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Non-lethal it is.
That may change when we get inside.
All right, give me raised damage +4.
Oh, sorry. +4. Was that right?
That is right, yes. But you didn't get the +4, which is important.
Oh, hold on.
Because that's what you need to knock him out, which he is.
No, hold on. I got that. I didn't do the raise damage. I just did the damage.
No, you did you did the raise damage. There were 3 dice there.
Okay, because
You just didn't you didn't have the +4.
Oh, yeah, because I clicked the trait roll, not the damage roll.
Yep, that's why. All right.
Modifier.
So he's out cold. Old blue. You'll have to run to get to the other guy.
Well, I just need to get close, right? Because that's 6 spaces, right?
Yeah.
2, 3. And then I'm just gonna talk to this guy and just try to persuade him to drop his weapons and and to just leave. It's like, today ain't your day, buddy. Go ahead and just drop those weapons. And why don't you get on out of here?
All right. So is that intimidation or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Okay. I'm going to give you a -2 on your persuasion roll because this is not. This doesn't seem like a friendly situation to him at all.
And I was being so nice.
All right, so just put a -2 on
your persuasion.
modifier.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
So happy with the 5?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm happy with 5.
So he looks at you. He looks at.
Well, he's blind.
Yeah. Well, no, he's kind of blurrily looking at you, and he looks over at his buddy, and he blurrily sees him lay down on the ground with some enormous, gigantic creature standing over him. Can't quite
I like punching.
Can't quite make it out, but he's like, "They ain't paying me enough for this," and he takes off.
He's out.
Nice. Well done.
So you guys running off into the woods.
I think your entire campaign has just been me telling people to go away.
Hey, if it works, go with it.
It works.
You're a talker, not a fighter.
I am definitely a talker, not a fighter in this game. Or this campaign, I should say.
Okay, so what's your next move here?
We out of combat?
You are.
I'd like to go peek in a window and see if...
Yeah, maybe communicate intentions.
Yeah.
Find out who it is. Yeah.
Okay, so you go over the window and you peer in and you see a man sitting on the bed, and he's kind of looking up and seems to be sort of smiling, like he's almost in a trance. And floating above him in midair in the cabin is a hideous hag, similar to the witches you saw in Weird, but seems to be even older.
Oh.
she's not my type.
Scott, with an occult roll, can I figure out exactly what she's doing, what the deal is here?
You can try it.
All right. There you go.
You believe that she is casting a fly spell.
A fly spell. What?
And she may have cast something else on him, like confusion or something, but that's more difficult to determine.
Now hold on, let's see where this goes.
Well, you watch for a few minutes and nothing.
You're incorrigible.
You watch for a few minutes and absolutely nothing seems to be happening.
Okay.
They're just sitting/floating there.
Do we know her name? Did they give us her name?
Yes, Imogene.
Imogene. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think we should do?
I think we should interrupt what's going on in there.
Well, I mean, I don't want to.
You're the smooth, sweet talker here.
I don't want to be rude, though. You know,
and
it looks
do
like
what?
they're kind of
Go
busy.
in and interrupt us. Say, Imogene, what are you doing? Leave that man alone. Stop hurting him.
Okay. All right.
Hurt him more.
All right, guys. I think if you just want to stack up behind me on the door, and then if it goes sideways, you come on in. I guess I'll go in there.
Okay. You also see, as you're making this call, that he has a shotgun propped up next to the bed. He's wearing animal hides. And there's also a studded club, an attitude adjuster, propped up next to the shotgun. There's a gas mask on the table.
And he's awake or asleep?
He's awake. He's staring up at her. He looks dangerous.
Which side of the bed is the shotgun on?
Side towards the door.
So, how close to under the window?
Not at all.
What? These are the doors on the sides of the building.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Right.
looking at. Okay, sorry. So I'm in front of a window right now,
Yes.
or adjacent to a window
Yes.
right now.
Yes, you are.
All right.
Where's the hinge on the door? Left or right, or top or bottom?
The hinge on this door,
On the door near the bed.
on the door near the bed, is bottom. And the door opens in.
Is anybody very stealthy? Maybe they can go in and steal that shotgun.
I've got a D4 on stealth,
Yeah, I did too.
marginally better than nothing.
Booker thinks that he might be able to deploy some thievery here to snag the shotgun.
I really think, yeah, go ahead.
And
We'll be
he's
at the
also the
other door, and if
stealthiest of a
things
lot
go-
of you, so he's going to move over here to the door.
If it goes sideways, we'll go in through the other door.
Okay, so you're going to cluster around the other door. Karl, where are you going to be?
So before you do the thievery, should I try to cast confusion on the two of them? Would that be helpful, or would that just tip them off?
It would definitely
That
tip
would
them
just-
off.
All right, I'll hold.
Let's see if we can get the shotgun first.
Yeah.
Okay, Karl, where are you going to be? Front door or back door?
Come here. Over there.
And Buck?
I'm going to join Karl because I want to buff him up.
Okay, so you guys are over here. The other two are at the back door, at the front door. You guys are at the back door. Back door is locked.
Do you
So-
want to fist the lock?
Booker pulls out some tools.
Okay. Easier.
Oh, actual thievery.
Yeah.
Nice.
And cracks the door,
There you go.
and then very quietly opens it and reaches for the shotgun in the club. And snags it. But as he goes back out through the door, the trance seems broken, and Royster looks over. What the? And he picks up a rather strange object that's sitting on the bed next to him. It was small, and you didn't notice it before now. But it seems to be a little box, a little black box with little switches on it. And he reaches down to grab the box, and that will put us into combat, and that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Oh boy.
Dun dun dun.
So not sure what this little box with the switches
All right.
is, but that's what he went for immediately when he realized there might be somebody nearby.
Wow.
And we'll see what it is next week.
All righty.
Nice.
All right.
Sounds good.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-fi at ko.fi.com/Happy Monster Press. Happy MonsterCast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw. and Lobo Loco's Spencer from the Free Music Archive.
Oh, for sure.